everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is a Bookish Persuasion. My name is Amanda. If you're new here, great. So am I. We'll be new together. Now, today is my December book haul. Yes, it's January, so I'm late, but I knew I wanted to start a booktube channel, so I purchased an excessive amount of books yet again in December, so I wanted to make sure to show them to you. Also, a few of these were gifts, as December is my birthday month and it's also Christmas. I didn't get as many books as I would have liked, but that's totally fine because I actually know how to buy them cheaper than my family, so it worked out great. So without further ado, let me get started with the ones that I actually received as gifts. This is the Nevernight trilogy by J. Kristoff. It's Nevernight, God's Grave, and Dark Dawn, the UK cover editions. Becca in the books said she loves this, and she and I have similar reading tastes, so I really want to check this out. I got this as a Christmas gift. Super excited. Next is my husband got me Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline as a birthday gift. He also purchased 2 other books, but they're not arriving until February as they were pre-ordered, so I'll share those as part of my February book haul. But I already read this and I loved it, or I liked it at least. And the next is an author I've never read from. This was from Steve's family for my birthday. It's The Awakening by Nora Roberts. She's apparently written like 200 plus books, and I've never read one of hers, so that's interesting. But this is the Dragonheart Legacy, the first book. So I'll let you know how that is. Alright, so next we'll go into the ones that I bought for myself because I'm excessive and we're in a pandemic and it makes me feel better. So not the best habit to have, but definitely not the worst either. So first is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Leonie Taylor. She recently came out with these new covers and I just think they're gorgeous. I didn't like the original covers, but I really wanted to read this series. So I was waiting until these came out. But we have Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Days of Blood and Starlight, and Dreams of Gods and Monsters. And I plan to read Daughters of Smoke and Bone this month, so I'll let you know how that goes. Next we have Every Hearted Doorway by Shauna McGuire, The Furies by Katie Lau, Dry by Neil and Jared Schusterman, Starflight by Melissa Landers, The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh, which is the second in the Wrath and the Dawn series, and I got this as a Books A Million clearance book. The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson, another Books A Million book. Rogue Princess by B.R. Myers. I just think this cover is beautiful. It makes me think of Star Wars, which I don't like Star Wars, so I don't know why I want to read this. I don't think it has anything to do with Star Wars. It makes me think of Star Wars, and I just think it's beautiful. The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. Dark Tide by Jennifer Donnelly. Strange the Dreamer by Leonie Taylor. I'm currently reading this. From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angelis. I actually just read this, finished it yesterday. This one I'm super excited about because I've recently discovered my love for big, chunky, thick paperbacks. So this is the Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Look, I just love how thick he is. I'm so excited to read this one. All right, next is Undertown by Michael Buckley, another Books A Million clearance book. Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young, another Books A Million clearance book. Illuminate, it's book 1 in the Illuminate files. I've heard so much hype about this. Books A Million bargain. I've been wanting to read it, so I picked it up. Monster by Michael Grant, part of the Gone series. Artemis by Andy Weir. He's the author of The Martian, so I really wanted to read his next book or another book by him. The Time Traveling Fashionista and Cleopatra, Queen of the Nile by Bianca Turetsky. Give the Dark My Love by Beth Ravis. Rogue Wave by Jennifer Donnelly. This is all part of I think it's the Deep Blue trilogy. I didn't put them together, but they're all about mermaids, and I just was in the mood to read some more mermaid books. The Babysitter's Coven by Kate Williams. I love this cover. It's so pretty. Pet by Akwieke Messi. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. as I become more comfortable in booktube, I'm going to look up authors' names beforehand so I know how to pronounce them correctly. So I apologize. Another really pretty cover and a book I plan to read this month. Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. Dark Fever by Karen Marie Manning. All right, so there's a story to this one because as you can see, the cover is very smutty. One of the pre-orders that my husband bought me is actually like the 17th or 11th book. I think it's the 11th book in this series. I've never read it, so I thought I should read the first one before I read the one that he purchased me. So I only bought this because he purchased me the new release that's coming out. He bought me a signed copy that was a pre-order. He just thought I would really like it. I think it's a smutty fairy or a smutty romance, like paranormal romance. So it's right up my alley. So this is the first in that series. Written in the Stars by Aisha Saeed. The Lantern's Ember by Colleen Hoek. Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Another really pretty cover. Grim Loveliest by Megan Shepherd. This was at Ollie's, which is a discount store. Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh. Another Ollie's purchase. The Well of Ascension, which is the second in the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. I loved the first one. I read it last month. Super excited to read this one. Another chunky paperback. Sky Hunter by Marie Lu. Another cover that I love. I love beautiful, bright, colorful covers, apparently. Unicorns, The Myth, Legends, and Lore by Sky Alexander. This one does not have a dust jacket. I don't think they come with it. There's 4, I believe, in this like kind of series. They're not a series, but they're a collection, I should say. Becca in the books actually talked about it. So there's unicorns, mermaids, and 2 other ones. And I found this one at Ollie's, so I was like, oh, let me pick it up. So I did. The next is Seafire by Natalie C. Parker. I thought the cover was cool. It's not like a beautiful cover or anything, but it's a girl swinging off of what looks like a pirate ship with a knife. So I just thought that looked cool. The House of Shattered Wings by Aliette de Bodard. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I suck. All right, Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. Eden Conquered by Joelle Charbonneau, which is the second in the Eden Divided series. I don't know if it's called the Eden Divided series, but that's what the first one is called. Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. The Power by Naomi Alderman. An eBay purchase. Came a little scuffed up, but that's okay. I will still love it. All right, this is the first one in that series I was telling you about from Jennifer Donnelly. This is Deep Blue. And I thought I ordered it in a paperback, but it came with no dust jacket, one of those printings from eBay. So I'm not too concerned. I'll just read it the way it is. And if I find a cheap edition that matches my other 2 later on, sure, great. Then I bought Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse, which this is not the edition I ordered. I ordered it from eBay, but I'm not going to complain. The only complaint I do have is that because it's used, it's all marked up, and I really don't like that when I'm reading a book. Like, you can see it's excessive on some pages. So I'll probably be unhauling this and just getting a different copy, but I want to read To the Lighthouse. The next is Wondersmith, The Calling of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This is the second book in the it's called the Nevermore series. I read the first book last month and I loved it. It's a middle grade fantasy. If you haven't read this series and you like middle grade or you like fantasy, definitely check that out. Very good read. The Valiant by Leslie Livingston. Female Gladiator, Need I Say More? Another Books A Million clearance book. The Keeper of Lost Cities by Shannon. It's covered up. I don't know her last name. I will have to find out. I'm so sorry, but it's a middle grade, another Books A Million clearance, so yay. The Kingdom by Jess Rothenberg. Wait. Isn't she the... Nope. Different author. Getting confused. Fortuna Sworn by KJ Sutton. This is a self-published book I ordered on Amazon at Back in the Books recommendation. I've ordered a lot of books based on recommendations from booktubers lately. Midnight Jewel, which is the second in the Glittering Court series by Rochelle Mead. Britt Marie Was Here by Frederick Backman. The Chalkman by C.J. Tudor. The Mars Room by Rachel Kushner. Another big chunky paperback that I'm excited for. It's Anne Bishop's The Black Jewels trilogy. This is actually a bind-up. It has Daughter of the Blood, Heir to the Shadows, and Queen of the Darkness all in one volume. And I bought this on eBay because I heard Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses series was kind of, well, I don't know if it was that series, but she was inspired by this series. So I definitely wanted to read it because she's my favorite author. So I'm thinking I'm going to like those as well. Next is This Vicious Cure by Emily Suvada. This is the third in this Mortal Coil series. I read the first one, haven't read the second or the third yet. Next is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Heard so much hype about this. Definitely wanted to pick that up. The Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman. Another book I've heard a lot of hype about. Wanted to get that as well. A Song Below Water by Bethany Morrow, which I've already read and I really enjoyed. The Night Country by Melissa Albert. This is the second in the Hazelwood series. I have not read either one yet, but I plan on reading the Hazelwood next month. Otherworld by Jason Segel and Kirsten Miller. And then 4 books I bought with a gift card, so technically I guess you could consider them a gift, but I haven't even gotten them out of their packaging yet. But I love the Barnes & Noble Classic Edition, so I got The Little Mermaid and Other Fairy Tales by Hans Christian Andersen. Look how pretty these are. I just think they're gorgeous. I got a copy of A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This was one of my favorite books as a kid. The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. And Black Beauty by Anna Sewell, which was one of my favorite movies as a kid, but I don't think I've ever read the book. And some of my books just fell over. That is all of my books for my December book haul. Hopefully I won't be purchasing as many in 2021. I plan to definitely put like a goal of how many I should buy and don't go above that. So hopefully that'll work. But if you like this, let me know. If there's any books in here that you think I should prioritize, also let me know. Again, since we're kind of new here, or I am, and you're new to my channel, I like fantasy. I like smutty kind of romance, like paranormal. I like adult fantasy. I like big, thick paperbacks, like middle grade. I don't know. There's probably lots of different genres that I like, but those are like my main ones. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!